of his own. Okay, everybody, let's get started. We got a lot of good words to share with you. Find your favorite place to sit. And for the brave, there's a table right up in front with 3 empty chairs. Best seat in the house. I'm Laverne Zabielski. This is our Cafe Luigart reinvented book launch. So we have 3 readers today. Preceding Kevin reading from his amazing book, Smoke. And after I read it, I said to all my friends and everyone, is if you want to learn how to tell a story, then you need to read and be in touch with Kevin. And if you want to learn how to write a poem, especially out of that story, you need to read and get in touch with Kevin. I love how he tells his stories. So I'm going to start off, and then Susan or Suzanne? Where are you?
I'm here.
Okay, and then you're going to read next, and then Katarina's going to read, and then Kevin's going to jump right in and read from his book. So we do have food left on the table, and if you need more and you are very quiet, we won't feel offended if you get up and tiptoe to the table. There's still a little cake left and munchies. So I'm going to read a piece. I'm big into repurposing these days that hang on the wall. There are 2 quilts that I made that are, well, I'm calling them quilts because they look like quilts, but they're really not quilts. They're made from old clothes that are fused to a silk organza. So since I'm repurposing everything else, I decided to repurpose my memoir. And so I'm now writing it in 3rd person. And the great part about that is then you won't know anything, if anything's true, because when you're writing in 3rd person, you can embellish and change all the facts. So this is called, a part of it, it's going to be called, It Was That Woman's Lib That Got Her. And this chapter is called Be Here Now, But How? And the ending will tell you one version of how. In 1973, reading Ms. Magazine, Lena learned you can have it all: love, sex, money, family, career, and fame. She started barber school so she could begin her career as a hair designer. One day, when Lena was driving Ron to work, the thought that messes up everything crept into her head. She looked over at Ron and asked, "Is this it? Is this all there is? Just you and me sitting in this car, driving down the highway, me taking you to work so I can keep the car because I have errands to run? Is this it? Is this all there is?" Ron didn't know what she was talking about. "What do you mean, is this it? What else is there?" He was perfectly content going to the barber shop every day, then coming home to mow the grass or clean the garage. A few days later, when she was cooking pot roast, she was just about to put it on the table when the phone rang. It was her best friend, Kay. "I have just been to the bookstore at the Theosophical Society and bought a book, Be Here Now, by Ram Dass, and it has changed my whole life," Kay said. "I'll be right over," Lena told her, hung up the phone, put slices of pot roast, potatoes, and carrots on the kids' plates, and poured milk in their glasses. "I'll be back soon," she told them. Thoughts and desires she never knew slid across the windshield of her mind. She knew she was never going to become the woman she wanted to be if she didn't make some changes. This is it? Be here now? But how? How do I be here now? These were questions leading Kay and Lena to discussion groups and intellectual conversations with long-haired friends from California and India as they sat in a circle in a small room flanked by French doors leading to a stone terrace. The Theosophical Society was situated in the middle of 42 luscious acres. There were apple orchards, a great arbor, gardens with a pond, and stone benches to sit on for meditation. Lena invited Andres from barber school. He had given her The Prophet by Khalil Gibran. She brought cookies to share with the group. The man with the beard who greeted her at the door as she entered the large 2-story reception hall said, "Oh, love cookies. You brought love cookies." "Well," Lena said, "I brought cookies. I don't know about the love part. If you made them, they have love in them." Lena thought about the way he strung out the word love like it really meant something as she passed the cookies around. She never thought about her cookies being love cookies before, but that's what everyone in the circle talked about with the long-haired guy from California. Love and peace and be here now and this is it. Lena didn't think she could be here now. She thought she needed to be somewhere else to be here now. Ron would never understand this be here now stuff and this is it stuff. He just wanted to work at the barber shop every day, come home, clean up the grill, and cook hamburgers. Andres was driven to succeed in his own way. "With my hands," he said, holding them out in front of himself. "One day I looked at these hands and asked myself, what can they do?" It's how he chose barbering. It's how he seduced Lena. First with his shampoos, long and rhythmic. Then it was his mind that pulled her into his world. "Have you read Body Language?" he asked. Her mind became her sex. Her mind is what turned her on. How starved she must have been to give in so completely. Was it Andres' desire to discuss ideas, the meaning of life, the nature of reality, or that he was different? Dare she say bad? He was bad because he was a hippie, evidenced by his long hair. And the music he listened to was bad, hard, heavy, penetrating. The Doors, Led Zeppelin, the Grateful Dead, pulsating whenever they were together. She had no idea what it was that made her reach over so assertively and place her hand between his legs, lean over and kiss him as they sat parked in her green Toyota next to a stone path that led to his cottage apartment behind his godfather's house. It was a clumsy gesture, yet productive. She felt an unfamiliar passion swell between her legs, and she wanted to seize the moment. It's what happens when you grow up too fast, become responsible too soon, live your life out of order. When you get married too young and don't take time for play and risk and wildness at an age when society tolerates such behavior. Passion, it's what takes over, and Lena coveted. If it's not passion in sex, it's passion in art or ideas. It doesn't matter as long as it overtakes her, drives her, makes her feel, I have to, I must. Andreas kissed her that night, a kiss that drove hard, straight from her lips, gulped past her throat, into her gut, piercing a place all the way down inside that absolutely had never been penetrated before, and she didn't mean from the outside in. She meant from the inside, where an explosion occurred, pushing her buttocks against the seat, squeezing her thighs, and lifting her pelvis slightly as Andres pulled away. "Not tonight," he whispered. He was not inviting Lena in. "I need to clean up my place first," he said. She drove home to her husband and kids, her face flushed as day turned to dusk. She had been scarred, opened up, tainted, saved, set free. She would never be able to return to the mother and wife she was before. Passion and ideas and the body had been ignited. Lena started getting up early in order to pick Andres up on the way to barber school, sometimes very early so they could spend time together. With Andres, it was music, sex, ideas, and God that drove them. Siddhartha by the river, Krishnamurti in India. Eventually, he did invite her in. What was it that seduced me, she pondered. The music, maybe? The candlelight? Or was it his slow, self-confident seduction? She laid on his bed, a mattress on box springs on the floor, surrounded by candles, hippie beads, Mexican blankets, and posters. There was Mick Jagger's black silhouette on the wall, his thick lips, the guitar slung across his pelvis, his fingers poised to manipulate his instrument, a pose Andreas gleaned for himself with his Jim Morrison hairstyle. He struck that pose at the foot of his bed as she lay there and waited. Lena's favorite pose, her favorite doomy 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 stance. He stood there still for longer than she thought she was capable of waiting in her chocolate brown and cream colored mini dress, which buttoned all the way down the front, perfect for unbuttoning one by one. She lay there waiting for the uncovering of a passion for pleasure and touch and sensuality that she was ready to have uncovered at that moment. Thank you, Larry, for accompanying me.